You ready? Look at George over there. I mean, we're talking quick draw McGraw. Look over here. These are Incrediboxes. This is George putting a window in. And you can see, look at the screws. You know, I had a company, I had this great engineer, he's a manufacturing engineer, right? He actually has helped Elon Musk. And when he's seen all these screws that are in these panels, he said, well, I can tell you where your inefficiency is. It's in the manpower that so many screws you got to put in. I said, I beg to differ. I said, the amount of labor in this is probably less than, you know, just the screwing part of it. As you can see, watch. See how George is doing that? George is like me, he's not a big guy. And he's popping them in there. And the amount of screwing time compared to the entire build, I'd say is maybe, gosh, 15% of the time is done of faceting things together. Beautiful. Look at that. Done. And behind that, what he's done, he's already siliconed it. Yeah. Then he puts the screws around it. Done. And then he'll go check that one out. And then we got trim that goes around the exterior trim, and that's silicone and put together. Now we've had some windows leak, but we've learned it, and it goes back and we tweak it, and we got to do different caulk. Now over here, you can see this is the next stage. These guys, they're putting window tape around the windows. See here? So now that's the silver tape around the window. And so after they've screwed theirs in, you can see over there, he's putting the tape around it because the window's already, because that's silicone screwed in. And now, hey, let's go over here and see this. Hey, we can show this. No, that's Dakota. Let's go talk to Dakota over here.
Okay.
So Dakota's in the red hat. Hey!
Hey! You scared the shit out of me.
I thought you were going to whoop me.
You got me good.
He's about to fight you, Randy.
So, what? So, he's putting in the trim now, right? See, you got it cut, go. You keep going, buddy. You're doing great. Yep. And he's got a batteryized drill. He'll tack it right there. Boom. And then once we get over here, when the wall's set, when it's up high, then we'll take, because we can't caulk it that high, then we'll take silicone. We call it Lexel. It's a real thick type of silicone.
So does it come here first and then it goes to George, or this is the right side, that's the left side?
So look here, yes, okay. Exactly. So see how these panels are individually built?
Yeah.
You can see they got scratches on them. They were door panels.
Yeah, they're remnants.
Right? They're made, now they'll last forever. I mean, it's steel, right? Or you can paint it yourself. So this whole wall is built out of these little panels. Mm-hmm. We'll take these two big suction cups right here. Mm-hmm. These are about 70 pounds a piece. They're huge. They're super heavy, right? They'll take that, hook it to this crane up here, and we're using both of them now. Just keeps it really stable. And we'll take both suction cups and put it on this wall. Then this wall will be lifted and set on that floor.
Okay.
So right now, Dale's going over there making sure the floor is ready to go. It's got a tolerance all the way around the edging. Let me show you that.
And you go ahead and put the flooring down.
Yes. So all the flooring. Yep. See, he's checking the floor to make sure it's all, like right here, Amanda. So we're doing it a little bit different now. Yeah,
These are all full pieces with no rips. And
yeah.
doesn't fit right.
So, yep. I think that's fine. I think it'll work fine. So we got a 3/4 inch gap that we can't go any more than that because our base trim is 3/4 of an inch.
Right.
So when we set the end panel down, like this panel where they're at now working.
Yeah, that's the end panel.
Okay,
right
so
there.
we're tweaking it again. We're making some other changes. And these newer panels give us the inside of that because they're a little bit thicker. So what we're doing is we're going to set this, but we're going to drill up inside the panel.
Okay.
And put a box on here instead of building this big base that we've had. We had
you called it what, a chase?
We used to have a chase.
Yeah.
Now we're going to come up inside the panel, and then we're going to put a box here, and we're starting to kind of play around with that design, because what that'll do, it'll help us to not build this big chase. It won't be as bulky. So we're thinking
and saves on labor.
Saves on labor, materials,
yeah,
time, speed, and it looks a little more sleeker.
Looks nicer.
You know,
I like it.
So it's the new version coming out. So
New
we're
version.
always changing a little bit, just little
Yeah.
things, you know. So this will come out. Now this has got a red line. This is a three-way wire. It's a 12-3,
Mm-hmm.
and what it is you've got a switch leg over by the door, and you've also got this plug. So this plug here is hot. So if you got two plugs, two prongs, when you plug in something, the top one will be hooked to the switch by the door. So when you come in the door, and this is what I like, there's no overhead lights.
Okay.
So you can put a lamp here. I've got a tall lamp in my house. And so you have a lamp, turn on the light, boom, you got a light that illuminates the living room when you walk in the door.
Yeah.
Now this is a 20-foot house. I love the idea that you come here and you got a plug right here.
Yeah.
You know, now, along this wall, you have the door frame, and this is a chase, like you just said, it's hollow chase.
Yeah.
We either put the line set, if somebody wants a mini split, we put the line set in here, which is our coolant lines. We'll put a gas line over here. We can put all of our water lines in there, and then we've got our refrigerator and washer box there. But here you've got a plug on the side and a plug on the side again. So if somebody wants to put a desk here, they've got a plug there, and also if they want to put a TV mount on the wall, they've got a plug up high.
Okay.
So I love it. This is a protective rubber mat that we put down. You guys see how we tape it down? They'll set the walls, and that way the guys can work on this floor. Hopefully,
Without scratching it.
hopefully it's hard because there's a lot of walking that goes on in these houses, but we're doing the best we can to eliminate any kind of scratching.
But this is the best time to put the flooring on, put it on before.
Yes, yeah, because it's so easier and quicker to put it in, and you don't have to cut around all the cabinets in the shower.
Yes.
It'd take forever cutting all that
Yeah.
stuff. So let's backtrack. We'll do the prequel to the Incredibox is
There you
over
go.
here.
Okay.
And this is how we insulate. This is all our recycled insulation. That's recycled from our routering of our 45-degree angle on our
Yeah.
panel. And so you can see it's all leveled off. And then he's putting the subfloor down on top of this. And that's now beneath here are solid panels of foam that we've recycled also, right?
Okay.
Did you get with John about that extension? The extension on that?
No, not yet.
Okay, you can tell he's young, see? I'd be on it like right now. They'd make a 3-foot extension so he wouldn't have to bend over.
You need to save your back.
Well, he's like Gumby. He won't get sore for another 30 years.
He's young.
Yep. So, this is the floor division.
Yeah.
And over on this table here is where we actually frame the floor. So this is all laid out to build a 20-foot house or a
Yeah.
16-foot house. And this is the reason why people ask me sometimes, hey, why don't you build a 24-foot house, 26-foot house? As soon as we tweak one little thing,
Yeah.
it throws stuff off.
Yeah.
Not only does this table got to be longer, the crane's got to be heavier, the line's got to be longer. It takes in more space that we don't have. This actually building, we formulated it to fit a 20-foot house.
I know.
When we did the Grove, we had 12 by 20s and 10 by 20s.
Yes.
It was a challenge, and
Yes.
it's why we're behind right now in these. So if and when we do another model that's 10 by 20, which will probably be the cottage, we're probably going to do it in the Thunderdome,
Yeah, there you go.
and that way we can run it out of here and it won't interfere so bad.
Okay.
But I'm excited about the new plugs. As you guys can see, it's coming up through the wall.
I love that.
Right? Yep.
Yes.
And pretty much everything else is the same. We're always looking, tweaking, and we take pictures of every phase that we do. We try to put it on Co-Construct. Brian is in charge of that Co-Construct and the Incrediboxes, where Albert, if you've got a custom home or one of our models, he's our division coordinator
Yeah.
for
The
our frame
Incredibox.
built homes. Yeah, stick built.
And then Lucas is up well.
Lucas
over
is
so
running all
much.
over the place
Yeah.
and he's ordering everything and making sure, really he checks numbers, protocol, systems, materials, and keeping the guys rolling. The technical part of it is still Tom and I and a couple guys, but we walk the line, we check it out, and we're always changing. I always like to come out here and see if everything, like we're gonna be changing this trim. This trim goes on like this, and what happens is when you set the wall, all of our walls have got a notch in in the foam, right?
Yeah.
So it sits on this wall, but
Right
then
here.
it goes over top of this trim.
Okay.
And then it fastens it right up against that.
Oh, okay.
So no water can get in here.
Yeah.
All right. And just to let you all know, the only wood in this entire house is this floor system.
It's just the subfloor.
This is the subfloor and the floor system. See, like right here.
Yeah, that's
this
right.
is pressure treated plywood. Now this is our shower. So like, where's our insulation, right? Well, what we do is we make sure we put our P-trap in here first. Then we put our insulation back in there, pack it in. Then we set our shower back.
Yeah.
But we got to have this cut because every shower is a little bit different, and it's hard to make that permanent drain exactly where you want it.
Really?
Yeah. So that's the only variation. Everything else is pretty much measured out. It's the same. It's like a factory. It's I mean an assembly line where it's over and over and over. You know.
Yeah. So where is it that the roof gets put on? Does it get put on right here?
So the roof would be after the walls are put on.
After the walls.
They got a roof system sitting over there.
Okay.
I wish we could, if we had more time. They're getting ready to set some walls here in about another 20
Are they?
minutes.
Okay.
Because the windows are getting trimmed out. They'll grab them and set them, and we could
Okay.
put that on there. But as you can see down there, the roof is already on.
Yeah.
And it's when we start putting the interior walls in, setting the water heaters, the kitchen cabinets, and then it goes down to the trim, and then the carpenters put all their wood
There's
in.
Chuck.
And there's Chuck. Yeah. So that's a little inside of an Incredibox. We've been doing this for about a year now, and it is it's kind of interesting to be able to have a group of men that didn't know anything about this stuff, and for us to build our own assembly line. And I think, we've got probably, we are at a record-breaking month this month.
Yes.
Lucas come to tell me, and he said, Randy, I think we may exceed 60 homes in a month. All right, so we had about 180 on our books. So 60. So if you've ordered your home, and listen, say right here in the public, and I always tell everything if I can without hurting anybody, but yeah, Black Friday is just now getting done. January is just now getting built. The Grove, we're behind schedule, but you know what? Them homes are out, done, and over. In about 2 months, we're caught up.
Yeah.
So we're ready to build more Incrediboxes. We got the new panels coming out. We got the old panels still, but these new panels you guys are going to be just blown away by how they trim out, how they look, no screws, if that's something you want. A little more expensive, but the reason we had to jump on it is because the supply chain of our panels, we can't guarantee, but we can guarantee the newer panels because they manufacture them for us.
Yep, that's
the older
right.
panels, we're at the mercy of the factory. They're building doors, right? So in the future, if you buy an Incredibox that's made from the older panels, it could be subject to delays because of material costs, or not cost, but material availability, okay? These newer panels, we order them 2 months ahead of time. So we're getting your order, we get it in, and then as soon as this ball gets rolling, we'll be ordering panels ahead of time, and then we can mass produce these and hopefully have a bunch of grab and goes. We'll have same week sales or same week buys or builds. So I would love to say, hey, you buy a house on a Friday, you get it in 2 weeks or a week,
Yeah.
But that's all subject, because if somebody comes in here, and we end up selling 500 homes in a couple weeks, you're not going to get your home next week.
Right.
All right, it's going to
That's
take a
right.
while. But anyway, this is exciting about what we do.
It's very exciting.
Wanted to bring you just a quick video of showing you the guys, what they're doing. This is just a small process. And of course, the other half down there, we got solar. The solar panels are being put on there. Remember, we do have off-grid. We have the best solar at the best price in the entire country. Listen, 4 panels, a lithium battery, a 3K charge controller inverter for $7,500. It's still the same. I have not went up in price in a year already. Everything's going up in price, Amanda. They got tariffs, they got all this stuff going on. $7,500, and I went out to Quartzsite. When I was out there, the people that were living in the desert, and they had them on their RVs or their vans, they said the package or what we had offered was way better than anything they'd ever seen, way more powerful, and of course, you guys listen, you can put another lithium battery in it if you want. So it comes with one 2,000 watt lithium battery. It comes with the 3K inverter charge controller, 4 solar panels, all right? Now we got other amenities, an extra battery, EMPs, and all that other stuff, but $7,500 will get you a beautiful solar system, all right? That'll get your lights, your TV, and you guys, especially depending on where you're at in the country. Anyway, give us a call if you think the solar is something you would like, and we got bigger packages than that. We're redoing the website to give you all those verifications, all right? All right, is that it? We're good?
We're
Hopefully
good.
you guys like this process. We'll bring you more, and we're trying to give a little more technical of what we do.
Yep.
And we got our framing next door, and we'll show you that next week. But I'm Randy Jones with Incredible Tiny Homes with the beautiful Amanda.
And our beautiful assembly line, the only one that we're aware of that produces tiny homes. This is the only tiny home assembly line
Yes.
in the country,
I'm talking,
if not the world.
I'm talking like an assembly line.
An assembly line, guys.
And nobody's got the prices we got.
No.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Bye. What do you think? He's ready to go to the mountain.
Look at Ace. All he wants to do is play. He
Play,
wants
play.
somebody, Randy, he wants somebody's food. Who's it? Look at there.
That's a corn cob.
Look at him. That's what he's wanting. Bye, guys.